Well, here we go. Today is a 90 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So the 90 seconds is going to be split between 3 different exercises. So it's really 30 seconds in a row, followed by 30 seconds of rest. Okay, so the first one, walking lunge, just going to be holding your weight and moving around with it, right? So if you have room, you can kind of take the tour of whatever room you're in, but otherwise, we're just taking that step forward, reach your knee down towards the floor and take the next step. You can hold the weight wherever you want. You can hold it up top. You can hold 2 weights down by your side. You can go body weight, whatever you need there. Okay, so walking lunge for 30 seconds. From there, you'll put the weight down. We're going right into jumping jacks. I guess the walking lunge could be body weight. So whatever next thing, going right into the 30 seconds of jumping jacks. And there's usually about 1 jumping jack per second. So we're looking for about 30 there. Plank and reach. Plank and reach is going to be from a push-up position. So be in this push-up position here, and then you're going to take one hand and go thumb up and reach that thumb up towards the ceiling. So you go plank position, nice and strong, tailbone tucked down and under. Then we're going to reach up, try to make a nice straight line from your thumb down to your heels. And then we alternate. All right, so as you're raising, you're using your shoulder blade, keeping everything steady through the middle. Try not to let yourself shift side to side there. Okay, so I think hands close together and feet a little bit wider apart will be helpful there. All right, so that's that. We're going to go through that 4 times with 30 seconds rest at the end of those. And then the single leg glute bridge, in the next group, after we do that 4 times, we'll go to the next group, single leg glute bridge. Really working on keeping your thigh close to you here. We're going to go 30 seconds each side. Should get about 10 reps, just pushing your hips up. Sometimes this is warm up, sometimes this is in the workout. Either way, we're just looking to keep your low back out of the action and use your cheek to push your heel down into the floor. So if 30 seconds there, 30 seconds of push-ups, whatever variation you need. And then upright row is last. This is the only weighted thing in that group. So you got your weight. And if you have a dumbbell, if you can fit both hands on the handle, do that. You might have to hold the ends. It's kind of weird mechanically, but you can hold the kettlebell like this. We're just pulling your elbows up and pulling up and down here. So 30 seconds is the upright row. So with that, let's go ahead and jump on the roller. And we'll give everything below your knees a once over. Just kind of getting everything woken up here. You can use your hands and do it manually if you don't have a roller. And we'll end up with your hips. So have a seat. Crossing that ankle over. And in here, you're kind of looking for something that's sore or uncomfortable. Usually the more of a jump it gives you, the bigger the knot you have. So just try working on that. If you don't find anything on one side, you can go to the other. And good. From there, let's roll all the way over to the front. Oops. There goes the timer. So we're just rolling up and down the front of your legs. You can kind of turn your legs, turn your body so that you're rolling inside and out. And from there, let's go ahead and roll onto your back. We're doing the express version here today. Just rolling over your shoulder blades. I know, especially if you tune into these workouts quite a bit, this part can seem or can get a little monotonous or a little bit boring, but it really is important. If it wasn't important, we wouldn't do it every day. So it really is important to check in with this stuff. Keep those tissues moving well. All right, so you can keep the roller nearby. We're gonna come up to one knee. So keep that roller nearby. If you wanna put your hands on it, you can put your hands on it. But right now my knee is up next to my hand, right? So we want that shin vertical. And then we're gonna take your back knee off the ground. So here we're really working to get your back knee straight and also push your hips down to the floor at the same time. So you should get a stretch under your front leg and then down the back of your, down the front of your back leg. We can go hands to the floor if you can. We're really trying to keep a nice neutral spine here, so not hunched over. That's why I kind of need the roller. All right, from there, let's push your front leg straight. Drop your back heel down to the ground for a calf stretch. So we're looking for kind of like an A-frame below your waistband there. So we're just gonna hold this stretch. Make sure you're breathing as you stretch. And good, last part of this, we'll take your hands to the floor. And whatever foot is forward, you're gonna take that hand and we're gonna rotate up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna try to go elbow to shoe. And we rotate up again. As you're rotating, you're trying to stack your shoulders right on top of your hand, the support hand that's on the floor. Let's do 3 more. Big rotation in your upper back. Lots of stretch below the waistband, so there's tons going on here. And let's relax. Let's go to the other side. Bringing the other leg up. Remember, trying to keep that back leg straight today. If you have to, you can take your knee to the ground, your back knee. But hopefully we're able to keep it straight. Really trying to push your chest away from the floor. Driving that back leg straight, dropping your hips down towards the floor. And good, let's go straighten that front leg. Let your back heel drop. So a big stretch down the hamstring of your front leg. And in your back leg, we're looking for that calf stretch. My last part of this, we'll bend your front leg again. Hands to the floor. And we're trying to touch your elbow to your shoe. And rotate up. Let's do 3 more. All right, so last stretch from this position here. We're gonna bring your leg forward and across. So this is a piriformis stretch. You should be feeling this in your hip by where your back pocket is. Bringing that foot up and across. With this one, try to keep your hips square, so we shouldn't be sitting off to the side here. We want your belly button facing the floor. And let's go ahead and switch. If you need more stretch in your hip, you can bring your foot forward. So you just grab it with your hand, bring your foot forward. And if you can get your shin parallel with your hands, or like perpendicular to your body, then you're flexible enough. You don't need any more. And good. All right, let's go to a push-up position. So just take that foot back. All right, from here, we're just gonna go to a downward dog. So we sort of push your hips up towards the ceiling, reach your tailbone for the sky, and then back to the push-up position. Okay, so we're just kind of getting your shoulders working here. Letting your heels drop in the back. Try to get your ears in between your biceps or in between your arms. We get a nice shoulder stretch and some shoulder warm up as well. Good, let's go ahead and walk your hands into your toes. And then we're standing. All right, feet wide. And we're just gonna lunge to your, squat to each side. So just working your way deeper and deeper here. In warm up, I'll put my hands on my knees just because I feel like I get a better warm up that way. So whatever you feel like you need in the warm up, you need, reasonably good form, but for the most part, you can turn this into like a plain stretch and hold it. We're just going to work side to side, or you can do the reps, whatever feels better for you in warm up. And last one, we're going to work in some reverse lunges just because we'll be lunging right off the bat. So we're just alternating these reverse lunges, getting your balance together, getting your legs warmed up, ready to go. Nice crowd for a Wednesday, guys. Good job. Okay, and good, ready to go. So, 90 seconds on, 30 seconds rest. First group, walking lunge for 30 seconds, jumping jacks for 30 seconds, plank and reach for 30 seconds, and then we rest. All right, so the clock's gonna be showing all the 30-second intervals. And we'll work through it 4 times, and then we'll restart for the second group, okay? So get your weight ready for walking lunges. You just have one weight, that's okay. At about the halfway point, you can just switch hands. So if you're doing a suitcase walking lunge where you hold it in one side, then halfway through you can switch hands. That's actually a pretty good way to do it. Okay. All right, so we'll get started in 5 seconds here. Make sure you got your weight ready to go. 3, 2, 1, and walking lunge, here we go. Halfway point. If you run out of room, you can also walk backwards. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and put the weight down, jumping jacks, here we go. Three seconds, 2, 1, and plank and reach. So we're in that plank position. Shoulder blades get strong, bring your chin back, and we raise your thumb up towards the sky. Shouldn't be much movement going on in your hips. Try to drive your arm straight, thumb up to the sky. 5 seconds left. And rest. Fifteen seconds left. We'll go back to the top. Start the walking lunges. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Like I said, if you run out of room, whatever space you're in, you can just go forward and backward with these. Just try to get one step each side. Halfway if you're switching hands. I actually really like the suitcase carry on this. All right, jumping jacks. The suitcase carry forces you to balance a little bit more, and it always changes. Halfway there. Two, one, and plank and reach. Here we go. Try to keep your shoulders square to the ground. Five seconds. And rest. Okay, 30 seconds rest. On that plank and reach, don't think about just squeezing here, right? We should be thinking about your whole shoulder blade flush against your rib cage as you reach up. So we want this to do the work. You're going to be kind of feeling like you're pulling your shoulder blade back and down your rib cage. Okay, 5 seconds to walking lunges. And here we go. Halfway there. Three, two, one, and jumping jacks. Here we go. Ten seconds. And plank and row, or plank and reach. Pulling that shoulder blade back down your back. It should feel like a team effort, not just like the muscle on top of your shoulder is doing all the work. Five seconds. And rest. Last round coming up. Last round on this first group. Going back to walking lunges in 5 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. $15 seconds down. 2, 1. Jumping jacks, here we go. Ten seconds left. And plank and reach. Trying to keep that double chin the whole time, so the back of your head should be kind of in line with your shoulders and your butt. Not craned forward towards the floor. So keep that double chin in. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and a rest. We'll take our 30 seconds and then another 30 as we do the reminder for the next group. So again, the glute bridge, if you want to give your knee an actual hug and pull it in towards you, you can do that, where you're pulling in here. That way your hips don't tilt. Every time you go back to the floor, you're thinking about your waistband touching the floor or your sacrum touching the floor, instead of like arching up and just letting your butt touch the floor. So we don't want this big arch in your back, right? So you're gonna bring that in, press down through the floor. We'll do 15 seconds each side. Try to get about 10 reps. All right, so that's that. After that, we'll just roll right over and go into push-ups. From the push-ups, we'll stand up for the upright row. We're pulling up like this. On that, do your best to keep your elbows above your hands. So we're not ending up here, but we're here. Or at least forearms parallel at the top. All right, let's take 10 more seconds to rest. All right, 5 seconds. We'll get started with the glute bridge. So you're laying on your back. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So just pushing that heel down through the floor. Working through a lot of reps here. If you want to put a weight on your lap, you can put a weight on your lap. But really making sure, switch sides, really making sure you're not arching your back into this. You're just using your hip range of motion. Roll over push-ups in 3 seconds. 1, and here we go. Whatever version you need. Halfway there. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Upright row. Here we go. Make sure when you're picking that weight up off the floor, it should look like a deadlift. So even if you're picking up 25 pounds, you should be preparing like you're picking up 125. Three seconds, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to get started back on the ground with the hip press or the glute bridge. All right, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and relax, or go. This isn't going to be one of the more challenging movements, but it is still really important. So we need the switch sides. We need your hips and your cheeks to be strong so that they can support your low back. and create the movement that they're supposed to create. Roller over push-ups and go. Making sure that your elbows are not pointing out to the side. Should be pointing back in some way, shape, or form. Not directly straight back, but pointing at a wall behind you somewhere. 5 seconds. And upright row. Here we go. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Good. So if an upright row doesn't work for you, whether it's because of shoulders or back, one way to do it, you can hold the same exact way, but instead of pulling up as you're standing upright, you'll just kind of hinge at your hips, and then we're pulling the weight into your belly. Right, so that's one way to keep the weight from coming up to shoulder height. Okay, glute bridge round 3. Ready? Here we go. Halfway, switch it up. Relax your head if you can. 2, 1, rolling over for push-ups. Again, check it in, make sure your head isn't craning down towards the floor. Your chin should be pulled back. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, upright row. Halfway. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Last round coming up. While we're waiting here, if you're planning on joining on Saturday, I will post that in the members Facebook group, and it'll be on YouTube. Will not be a live circuit on Saturday, but it will be a new circuit. We literally have no staff available to do it, so we're going to record one and drop it in. All right, back up to the top. Here we go, glute bridge. Keeping that thigh close to your chest as you push. Switch sides. And push-ups, here we go. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Upright row, last 30 seconds here. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and that's a wrap. All right, take our 30 seconds here just to slow down a little. Mark. Okay. Nice job, everybody. That's a quick one. So happy hump day. And maybe we'll see, well, Mark, I'll see you later today. And then, yeah, we're wrapping up the Active August Challenge. So 2 points for everybody who's in it. And let's finish strong here. See you guys around.
Thanks, Brian.
Right.